Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Music Mondays. My name is Slays. I hope you're well. Hope you're doing just swell on this fine Monday. Today is our first day of August. Let's fucking get it. This month is a big month for Music Mondays, man. A lot going on. Couple of announcements this week. We're gonna go over some updates, things like that, but you guys know the drill. So let's get right into this. Updates. Music Mondays episode 79 is live on all platforms. If you're interested or didn't miss the last episode, it's available on all podcast platforms, our YouTube channel as well. Pretty much everywhere, so feel free to go show that some love. Make sure you go check out those artists as well. Yeah, lots to do. So up next, we have a brand new article out on allmusicmondays.com. It's pretty much about how to submit tracks for exclusives on Music Mondays to get a track hosted, sort of like a definitive guide, if you will. Definitely something that we get a lot of questions about, and recently we put all of our tracks into one playlist. So essentially every track that Music Mondays has ever hosted is available on our SoundCloud in one single playlist. It contains a lot of classics, a lot of newer tracks, lots of really talented artists in there. Go show that some love. Go check out the new article. And if you're interested in submitting anything for the Music Mondays podcast or getting a track hosted by Music Mondays, make sure you check out the article, follow us on socials, check out allmusicmondays.com, and hopefully some of you guys are interested in that, because we are definitely looking for new artists to host on our SoundCloud, without a doubt. So, over the weekend, we had an event that Music Mondays sponsored. It was involving a platform known as Green Gaming. Green Gaming is a charity organization that specializes in charities for climate change, and it's basically a gaming platform where they'll do marathons of speedruns. And recently Music Mondays partnered with them, sponsored their recent event, which I took part in, a Puppet Combo showcase, where essentially me and about 3 or 4 other runners ran a bunch of horror games that you probably haven't heard of. It was a really, really good time, and we're going to be doing a couple other events with them around the end of the year. And if you're interested in getting involved or want to know more about Green Gaming or Music Mondays and what our involvement is in the creative space of gaming, of course, make sure you follow us on socials. Make sure you check out Green Gaming. Huge shout out to them for having us, letting Music Monday sponsor, and basically that was really like a test event, you know. Things like that Music Mondays will absolutely be involved in, you know, because like I always say, despite our name, we're a multimedia platform, so we specialize in all types of creativity, whether it be music, instrumentals, live instrumentals, YouTube edits, YouTube content, streaming content, gaming content. Music Mondays is really for the independent creative, so if you're interested in what Music Mondays is about to get into, make sure you stay up to date with us at All Music Mondays. So yeah, gaming is definitely something that I've been looking into and really, I wouldn't say like looking into, I feel like that's sort of like a bullshit kind of term, because like obviously I've been gaming for, Jesus Christ, for a long time, since I was probably like 16, and obviously, as you guys know, that's the other part of my channel. Not only is Music Mondays hosted on this channel as well, because that's where it started, but I do a lot of gaming on this channel. There's a lot of creatives around the Music Mondays community that are pretty heavy gamers. The majority of us do play a lot of games, so that's a great way to incorporate our music, cross really those two kind of creative spaces and really mix them together. So I think it's a great blend, and I hope you guys enjoy what we have coming in the future. Now, with that said, everything will continue as normal. Music Mondays is primarily a music platform, of course. It's not going to be any kind of you know, full switch or anything like that, but you know, we want to get all creative and like all types of creatives involved, not just musicians, or not just, you know, specific musicians of certain areas or things like that. So Music Mondays is worldwide, and we want to include all forms of media, so I hope you guys are ready. So what else is going on? Well, SoundCloud Sunday volume 41 is also live on our SoundCloud. Features the brightest stars of the underground's future. Lots of great names on there. It was curated by myself, Waterfalls, and Dr. Freon of the Music Monday staff team. So of course, probably the best playlist on SoundCloud, just purely based off the fact that it has so many just so many pieces of music that really need to be heard and truly haven't been heard. So that's really the goal of the playlist, and we're slowly accomplishing that. So make sure you go show that some love. Go show those artists some love as well. That's very, very important for sure. So August 1st is today, so starts a new month. Last week we had 3 brand new pieces of content make their way onto Music Mondays, which of course we have our weekly content, the podcast, SoundCloud Sunday, dropping the podcast on all platforms, things like that. Those will happen every week, but our monthly pieces of content were introduced last month. So we have 3 new drops, one called Workshop Wednesday and Feature Friday, and the last one being Underground Classics. All those will be getting a new edition this month, so expect a lot happening here on Music Mondays. And if you don't know what Workshop Wednesday, Feature Friday, or Underground Classics are, make sure you go browse our profiles, go browse our SoundCloud, definitely go browse our YouTube, because that's pretty much where the majority of our content is as well. Basically, Workshop Wednesday is where we sit down with creatives, whether it be vocalists, engineers, or producers. They break down their craft, they cook up a piece in front of us, regardless of what it is, and it's really just a showcase of their skills. Feature Friday is more of our interview segment, where we bring artists on to join us on the podcast, ask them questions, have them speak their mind, and just shoot the shit. Underground Classics is a very cool piece that I came up with, where the Music Monday staff team, one member every month, will be curating a playlist of songs that really got them into the underground and what they perceive to be underground classics, quote unquote. So all three of those things will be getting a new edition this month as well. And that's that, man. We have one massive announcement this month that's very close to being finalized. Obviously, I can't speak too much on it, but it's gonna be pretty massive. We're getting closer, but expect it within the next couple of weeks of August here. So if not this week, the week following that. And we'll basically be going through this massive announcement that I have. So just stay put, sit tight, and make sure you're following us on socials. Make sure you join the Music Mondays Discord, interact with the community, share your work, just bullshit, chat it, anything like that. So lots of stuff going on in the Music Mondays world, man. And as a side note, it hasn't been announced yet, but we're bringing on a new staff member, and that'll be announced this week as well. So be on the lookout for that. It's probably a familiar face that you guys do know. So Music Mondays is definitely growing, man. We're growing, and I hope you guys are ready for the ride, because, you know, recently I was thinking about it, and I was talking about it with a few of my artists and friends and things like that. You know, Music Mondays is like one of the last real platforms that doesn't have any like ill intent, right? You know, our staff team is a bunch of talented individuals that have careers of their own, but we come together and really make shit happen on Music Mondays. So I'm glad to have this continue grow, man. Like it's really something that's really crazy to see, and it's gonna be really crazy to look back on, because this is really only like the first year. So sit tight. Hope you guys are ready for a ride, and let's get into it, man. So you guys are here for one thing, and well, I mean, shit, you guys are here for multiple things, but I know what we're really here for, and that would be reviews. So you guys know the drill. If you don't and you're new here, every week following the show, so today is Monday, we're live here now, and if you're watching this on YouTube, the tweet is probably already up, but every Tuesday following the show, we'll release a tweet in this format every time, and it'll read artists and creatives. Submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays, live on 8/1/22 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/SoundPlays, which is here and now. If you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creations, drop your links and portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. So, pretty much that's that. If you're interested in getting your work on the Music Mondays podcast, make sure you drop your work below this tweet, whether it be vocals, instrumentals, digital art, fashion, merchandise, YouTube edits, gaming clips, critiques, anything you'd like to submit to the show. Feel free to drop it under this tweet, because like I was saying, you know, despite our name, Music Mondays has reviewed a lot on the podcast, whether it be creatives, merch, digital art, real art, instrumentals, raw instrumentals, covers, vocals, singles, all sorts of stuff. So feel free to drop any of your content down below every Tuesday. And of course, Music Mondays does not charge for submissions. The only thing that we do ask is that you follow us on Twitter when you submit. It not only helps to grow the platform, but it shows respect to the artists that do submit every week, that do support Music Mondays, and do wait for their reviews every week. So that's the only thing that we do ask, is that you follow and support the platform. And obviously, we'll never charge for submissions. That'll never change. So that's what we do ask. And of course, a couple hours before the show starts, submissions will close on the Monday. So essentially, you know, you have like 6 or 7 days, because if they close on Monday, you have about a week to get your tracks in, regardless of when you want to submit. So be on the lookout for these tweets in case you missed them. The new one will 99% of the time be on our profile. So make sure you follow us on Twitter, on socials, and you'll know when submissions go live for sure. Cole, what's good, baby? I hope you're well. Welcome. Happy Monday, my friend. So, you guys know the drill, man. Let's get right into this. I think we have a decent amount of submissions this week. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. So let's hop right into this. This week we have another track by Michael Jones. Last week Michael submitted their latest instrumental track, but this week they submitted a track with 777 Fury. If you don't know who Michael is, Michael is not only a member of the Music Monday staff team, but Michael's a producer that I also sat down with and you know, spoke with Michael, spoke with Fury. I had a really nice interview, a really nice podcast session with both Fury and Michael. Michael recently joined the staff team this year, has been going absolutely crazy when it comes to designs. Michael drops Dose of Daybreak every month as well. Goes absolutely crazy. And if you don't know what Dose of Daybreak is, make sure you go check those out on our SoundCloud. Michael goes absolutely fucking bananas on those. Just basically mixes that Michael curates as a DJ of some of the Underground's classics, latest tracks, tracks that he thinks deserve to be in an Underground mix. So go check out Dose of Daybreak. Volume 3 will be dropping at the beginning of this month. So Michael's a very passionate producer, artist, designer. Very passionate individual, and same with Fury as well. Fury is an extremely hard worker. And you know, the number one thing here is passion, absolutely passion. So let's get into this track here. Like I said, this week Michael submitted their new track with Fury titled Cain and Abel. They just submitted their tweet, so we'll just open the Spotify link. And right off rip, this art's fucking crazy. I really love the color palette here. I assume art's done by Fury, if not Michael. Those two are very talented when it comes to designs. We've seen so many of them here on the podcast, so always a fan of their work. Always. So let's get into this. 777 Fury, Michael Jones, Cain and Abel.
And it's Fury, baby. She let me kill him on to keep it real. And all that good shit. I ain't come here to politic, I came here to talk shit. Maybe spill some knowledge, but it's really common sense. But common sense ain't all that common, you get it? Is that a tomb in your home, not a room? Is that hole in your back for betrayal? Is a heart on your sleeve filled with love? Is my mind really broken and stable? When I'm low, I just need me a plug. Boot me up, put the cane in my nasal. Am I tripping and blaming these drugs? Is my brother the Cain to my Abel? Hey, I don't trust shit but a test kit. Feeling better in the room with a freak bitch. I just made a new tune, brody, peep this. Why you saying that it's love? That don't mean shit. Love a pretty mean love on a mean bitch. She look better when I'm high, but I'm sober. That's fine, baby girl, bend over. When they stabbed you in the when they stabbed you in the back, did it hurt less? You ain't even dressed the wound, so you still pressed. I can make 100 lose with a pill press. Only way I'm losing drive is the car wreck. Wasting time trying to talk, I won't know her. I feel lost when I'm down and I'm sober. How it goes, baby girl, that's your closure. Only here for the fall, she October. Is that tomb in your home, not a room? Is that hole in your back from betrayal? Is a heart on your sleeve filled with love? Is my mind really broken and stable? When I'm low, I just need me a plug. Boot me up, put the cane in my nasal. Am I tripping and blaming these drugs? Is my brother the Cain to my Abel? You don't wanna see me fall, nigga, foul out. 2-3 like Mike, where's Bow Wow? Used to book us for them crimes, but it shows now. And every time I get a chance, I'ma show out. Hard to grow, but we reap what we sow, right? Couple bumps off that key, made a long night. Feels pressed with that, I need geeked up. You know it ain't really pure if it's cheap drugs. Treat my room like a tomb, got it blacked out. Treat the wounds on my back and won't back down. Treat a bitch like a goddess of dirt. You should leave if you know what you worth. I got decade all over my shirt. Is it hate if she bring out the worst? I got decade all over my shirt. Is it hate if she bring out the Is that tomb in your home, not a room? Is that hole in your back from betrayal? Is a heart on your sleeve filled with love? Is my mind really broken and stable? When I'm low, I just need me a plug. Boot me up, put the cane in my nasal. Am I tripping and blaming these drugs? Is my brother the Cain to my Abel?
Let's go, man. Let's fucking go, man. Let's fucking go. So, um, Jesus. One thing that definitely stood out to me here was the writing. Fury is one hell of a writer, regardless of the length of the track, right? So this is more of a longer track, or, you know, sometimes we only get like a feature verse from Fury. So this was a real showcase of not only writing, but like recording and performance skill for sure. So let's hop right into this. You guys know the drill. We're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. We're gonna talk about the overall theme of Cain and Abel. Man, Michael's fucking talented, man. Like, this is so hard to like pinpoint a genre on this instrumental. Like, it's so original, but gives you that kind of like ethereal, like almost vapor futuristic kind of vibe a little bit, with a little bit of like lo-fi vibe in there. I really like this. It's very, very original. The Shining Star, as far as the instrumental goes, for me, absolutely has to be the melodies here. The sound selection is fucking great. You know, of course you could always expect like a really solid mix when it comes to Michael. Just something very Fury like, because Fury, you know, we've seen Fury go crazy on a lot of instrumentals, whether it be super dark trap, regular trap, a couple of different instrumentals. So this one is really, really, I feel like it's finally like curated for Fury. Like, this instrumental is just perfect for Fury's style of vocals, to be honest with you. So I've always said that these two go so well together, and I think they definitely have another really classic track on their hands for sure, especially when it comes to like a single. So huge shout out to Michael. Michael absolutely snapped on this foundation. This beat is really, really good. Let's talk about vocals here. Now, like I said, Shining Star right off the rip, 100% has got to be the writing. Fury's an excellent, excellent fucking writer. It's the perfect cross of like poetry and like punchlines, and like neither of which are corny, right? Like there's no like corny punchlines, there's no corny like poetic lines, and there's no like weird wordplay. Like I feel like it's all so original and so well done. So I gotta tip my hat to Fury, man. And as we go on, I feel like Fury's mix has just gotten insanely good, man. You know, because we've heard a lot of different Fury and a lot of different Michael tracks too. Some classic stuff, some older stuff, some newer stuff, and it's really cool to like see where Fury's mix like came from, and like how far it's gone, because this is obviously their newest track, and man, the mix is fucking awesome on Fury's vocals for sure. It's just right, you know. So like I said, a huge thing here is the writing. The hook is fucking excellent. The performance and recording here is awesome. Fury just has this real swag and style to him that is just like no other. It's very original, and I would totally, you know, I would never advise these two to ever change. Like I feel like this is a very pure representation of how original they are and how unique they can be, for sure. So let's talk about the theme here. Now, aesthetically, this cover is great. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of the color palette. These two go absolutely crazy when it comes to covers, man. They're very, very fucking talented. And just two artists that, you know, are a jack of all trades. You know what I mean? Like, both of these artists are so good at designing, and it's no surprise that this almost looks like, you know, it kind of reminds me of like a sheet of acid, except like almost like folded up, and like as if it didn't break. It's so interesting. Like this is such a dope filter and such a dope concept. I like this a lot. Now, lyrically, obviously, Cain and Abel, you know, there's a lot to be had there. So I feel like this was a really dope concept to, you know, base a song off of, and really like have enough to like wordplay from. And I think that's one redeeming thing about Fury and Michael alike. I feel like both these artists have like such a great perception of other sides of art, right? Whether it be spiritual art, religious art, you know, all different forms of art, and they incorporate it into their music so well. So I think Cain and Abel is a really great concept, and Fury fucking took it and fucking ran. So I'm a huge fan of this, man. These two are fucking awesome. So if you've never heard Fury and Michael or either of them, make sure you go check out Michael's instrumentals. Make sure you go check out all of Fury's tracks, man. They're available on all platforms. Go show them some love. Huge shout out to Michael Jones. Thank you for the submission, homie. Thank you. And of course, per usual, make sure you follow Michael Jones on Twitter at MichaelJonesProd. And every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Music Mondays is approaching 60 subscribers on the main channel. We upload about 2 times a week, exclusive segments, Music Mondays hosted tracks, full podcast episodes, all the good stuff is over there. Go show us some love. Go show these artists some love. If you've already subbed, thank you. So, we have an artist by the name of Geo, and they said just dropped a new single featuring Pop, but they dropped no link. So, make sure you drop your links anytime you're submitting for the Music Mondays podcast, my friends. So, up next, we got the homie Mac 2 Times, man. And last week, if you remember, you know, not only has Mac been absolutely fucking killing it lately when it comes to their music, but last week we had like a collab between Mac 2 Times and King Mark, and holy fuck, that was something to be fucking heard, man. I love that collab. But Mac is an artist that really, you know, took everything from the Music Mondays podcast and really just ran with it. You know, there was a couple artists that I've seen that like, you know, just have improved so much since they've first submitted tracks to the Music Mondays podcast. And it just shows that people are really like enjoying their craft and getting better and pushing themselves. And that's really the whole goal of this. So the fact that it's happening slowly with a few artists is fucking not only like amazing, but like it feels like myself and the staff team in the podcast is really like doing its job. You know what I mean? And that's to showcase really great unheard of music. You know what I mean? We're never really negative here on the podcast. In 80 episodes, we've never been like super critiquing or super fucking negative. You know what I mean? Like if I feel like there's something you could do better, I'll of course let you know. But it's up to you whether you go back to the lab and take it with you. You know what I mean? So, and then on top of it, you know, all this music gets to be showcased not only live, but on YouTube as well. Everybody gets to go really just check out a real catalog of like unheard music and media. So it's awesome. It's really awesome. So with that said, Mac 2 Times submitted a track titled Insane. And we got the Invader Zim cover. Which is actually really crazy. That's actually really fucking hard. And then we got the double emojis right there. That's actually really tough. I like that. Very simple and like super like I love the quality on it. Like it's very like plain yet well done. Mac's another one who I'm a fan of their designs because they're so Mac. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just see an artist art and you're like, damn, that's such a Mac cover, or that's such a Michael cover. You know what I mean? So I like this a lot, man, for sure. So, let's get into this. Mac 2 Times, Insane.
Tell me what am I gonna do if I can't get to you? Tell me what am I gonna do if I can't get to you? Girl, you're driving me insane. It's been like 5 years, I still can't get you out my brain. Can't drink pool full of liquor, I'ma drown in it today. Said you gon' return, I can't believe you made me wait. Shorty really had me sitting here confused. She ain't text or call me back, had my heart feeling abused. This song ain't rolled in the park, trust me, I am not amused. Don't trust these women, won't say bitches, cause my mind would not approve. Believe me when I tell you, they gon' treat you like a fool. Girl, I really thought you was the one. Can't believe I really trusted you when you said that we would never be done. All of my days been so dark, I'm not even seeing the sun. Lately I've been feeling like I'm in a bad dream and I can't even run. Plus all the time I be paranoid, somebody go give me a gun. Why the fuck so many shadows in my room, gotta chill like me a blunt. I cannot lie to you, I cannot front. I didn't listen when niggas was telling me love gon' feel like a drug. Didn't know love was gon' feel like a drug. Tell me what am I gonna do if I can't get to you? Tell me what am I gonna do if I can't get to you? Girl, you driving me insane. It's been like 5 years, I still can't get you out my brain. Can't drink pool full of liquor, I'ma drown in it today. Said you gon' return, I can't believe you made me wait. Shorty really had me sitting here confused. She ain't text or call me back, had my heart feeling abused. This song ain't rolled in the park, trust me, I am not amused. Don't trust these women, won't say bitches, cause my mind would not approve. Believe me when I tell you, they gon' treat you like a fool. Tell me what am I gonna do if I can't get to you? Tell me what am I gonna do if I can't get to you?
That was great, man. That was really fucking great. You know, one thing I've noticed with a lot of Mac tracks is, especially as of lately, like the hooks are just fucking like so well written and performed. Like I feel like Mac really like nailed down like their preference and style of like hook writing and performing. So it's definitely a shining star for me for sure. So let's get into this. You guys know the drill. We're gonna talk about 3 things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and talk about the overall theme of Insane. So, right off rip, Mac has always had this preference for like a more emotional kind of trap style instrumentals, and I think Mac really honed down that style for themselves. So when it comes to this track in particular, I feel like Mac was almost going back to the roots, right? And really felt some type of way. So picked an emotional instrumental to really get some good lyrics out. So huge shout out to Wallex, man. I really am a fan of this melody here. This is like the type of shit that I like to cook up and the type of shit that like I like to listen to as well sometimes. Obviously not as much. But you know, it's my preference, you know what I mean? So I really enjoy this beat choice. I feel like Mac just sounds good on more emotional kind of either acoustic or guitar beats in general. Piano beats Mac has really fucked with as well. So great instrumental choice. Huge shout out to Wallex, man. So let's talk about vocals here. When it comes to vocals, you can always get like a really solid mix from Mac as of lately, because when a Mac first started submitting to Music Mondays months ago, the mix wasn't the same. So if you look at the mix now, Mac has improved like tenfold and is really like working on perfecting their vocals and perfecting their recording and perfecting their performances in the studio. So, you know, I gotta tip my hat. Like that's great. That's such a great thing to have and learn and like just get better at. It really is. So mix is solid. When it comes to writing, once again, Mac has always been a really good emotional writer. I like a lot of the punchlines here. Lots of really good, like, just kind of emotional lines that a lot of people can relate to in some shape or form. 100%. But like I said, shining star here for me, it's got to be the hook. I feel like Mac really performed on this one. And they get more catchy as new tracks come out. And you can tell that Mac is really having a great time, you know what I mean? Because Mac has really been putting in a lot of work in the last couple of months. New singles, new cover arts, like literally everything. So huge shout out to Mac, man. I see the work, and that's awesome. But like I said, Shining Star for me, it's got to be the hook. 100%. I love the writing. I love the performance. It's all solid. So, let's talk about the theme here. Like I said, right off rip, aesthetically, this cover's great. A simple HD, very Mac with the emojis, and just kind of like, you know, like Invader Zim was that fucking show, man. It was that show, regardless of what like mood or anything like that you were in. Like it was just that show that you were like, oh yeah, this is fucking lit. So like when it comes to emotional tracks and Invader Zim, I feel like they go together a lot, just because it was definitely a show that I remember not only from my childhood, but it's just a part of like that like sort of, you know, darker culture, you know what I mean, of like media and like late night shows and shit like that. So I love the nostalgia factor here 100%. So let's talk about the theme here when it comes to Insane. Now, like I said, Mac's always been an excellent writer when it comes to these more emotional tracks. Mac is also a really great writer when it comes to, there are other styles of tracks, but when it comes to Insane, I feel like, you know, Mac does such a good job at like getting their emotions out and also being able to like have the listener relate in some way. Like there's always a line, there's always something that's like, damn, like I can relate to that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this motherfucker's spitting. You know what I mean? Like there's always one or two lines in there where you're like, damn, that's real as fuck. So I feel like that's one really great redeeming quality when it comes to any Mac 2 Times track, is the fact that like there's so many punchlines, lines, everything like that that people can pick up on if you like don't even relate to the whole song, you know? So Mac's really, really good at that. So I love the writing through and through, for sure. So with that said, huge shout out to Mac 2 Times. Thank you for submission, homie. Much motherfucking love. Make sure you follow Mac 2 Times on SoundCloud. Mac is approaching 25. He's 2 away. Go show him some love, man. And of course, make sure you follow Mac 2 Times on Twitter at Mac 2 Times. Mac is 1 away from 105, man. 1 away from the 105. Go show him some love. And of course, per usual, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 60 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week, exclusive segments, full podcast episodes. All sorts of stuff is really just going crazy on there. So go show us some love. Go show some of these artists some love. And huge shout out to anybody that already has. Let's get it, Mac. I hope you're well, homie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, excellent start to the show. Let's get it, chat. Okay. Up next we got the homie Thomas Marcus, man. Thomas fucking Marcus. This is one hell of a producer right here. Not only do they go super crazy musically, but I feel like Thomas, like stylistically, has one of the most slept on styles when it comes to production, because it's so cinematic, it's so filled, it's so emotional, and like a lot of these are like, you know, very passionate instrumentals. Like there aren't enough redeeming qualities about Thomas, man. Like there's just so many. There's just so fucking many. Like it's insane. But this week they submitted a track titled Falcon Therein, and I'm kind of interested. So when it comes to Thomas, man, Thomas's work ethic is fucking crazy. You know, as a producer, Thomas falls in line with a lot of producers that I fuck with and like really tip my hat to, that take their content seriously and treat themselves like an artist, right? Treat themselves by, you know, having respect and really putting out their own instrumentals, their own music, and really like being an artist while working with other fellow artists, you know what I mean? I love to see producers really put out instrumentals and really build a platform of their own. I love to see it, honestly. And Thomas is definitely right in that group, so Falcon Therein, Thomas Marcus. Oh, this is already a great guitar. What the fuck? I have no idea what that was. I think that's like... Yeah, that's like a static in the song. Yeah, okay, I just wanted to make sure. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, okay. Yo, Thomas is a fucking solo master, man. Literally a fucking solo master. Holy shit. Okay, you guys know the drill. Obviously, that was an instrumental, so no vocals. We're gonna talk about two things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental itself, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of Falcon Therein. So, man, Thomas is such a unique producer. In the regard that they do so well when it comes to really blending tracks that have no drums. Like I feel like the Falcon is like another really great example of Thomas's ability to like really take melodies and make them so wide and so personal and just have this personality to them that drums just don't even have a fucking seat at the table. And that's awesome as a producer, right? I feel like Thomas's raw instrumental skill is so fucking awesome. So, the mix itself, it was great. I like these melodies a lot. I feel like they go together like really well. Really well. And it's nice and lengthy too. The only gripe that I do have was the feedback in the first like 2 minutes or so, and that could have been in recording, that could have been post exporting, anything like that. And that's the first time we've ever had a mix like that from Thomas. Or it could be really on purpose too, right? It's that radio kind of static, and there's a radio tag. below here. So like maybe it is an effect and things like that, but it just sounded like feedback from like a wire, like from a interface, or you know, when you plug in shit, you know, it just has like that little feedback sound. But that was my really only gripe here when it comes to this track. And even when it is on purpose, I feel like it's still kind of dope. You know what I mean? Because it has that raw feel to it. So I feel like Thomas is really, really excellent when it comes to that. So, I'd have to say the shining star is how well both of these melodies are blended together. These melodies are really so different, but when they're put together, they're just so fucking unique. And this isn't the first time we've heard this from Thomas, as I've mentioned. I feel like he does an excellent job when it comes to that. So definitely shining star are the melodies and how well they're blended. The structure's great too, right? Because this is a 3-minute track, no vocals. So when it comes to production, if you're a producer, that's one of the greatest things you can learn, is to keep your tracks fresh, right? And keep refreshing them and don't make them repetitive and things like that. So Thomas is extremely good at that. But I love the structure. I love these melodies. They're great. Absolutely. So let's talk about the theme here. Falcon Therein, like, I feel like Thomas has like such a like great way of naming their songs, right? Because like people are sometimes, you know, I wouldn't say like lazy or anything like that, but they're very like they're very like, you wouldn't know what they mean right off rip, right? So I feel like that's such a great attraction when it comes to instrumentals, if you name them things that are like intriguing. This is definitely intriguing. So aesthetically, it's a really great Thomas Marcus cover, to be honest with you. Signature Thomas Marcus, logo down there at the bottom, and really just simplistic and really, you know, like the color palette here captures the feeling that Falcon gives 100%. So I feel like Thomas is really spot on with their covers, and that's a really another important thing when it comes to production. They're like, your covers just got to be, I wouldn't say intriguing, but like it's got to be nice and like represent what your instrumental is as a producer. So Thomas does an excellent job when it comes to that. Falcon Therein, the overall theme, man, is very much like the cover. It, you know, reminds me of the beach, the sky, and once again, like I said off rip, Thomas's tracks just bring so much emotion and just so much of everything, and you know, their covers really go hand in hand with that, and it's just such a consistent theme all across the board, and I really respect Thomas for that, because it shows that they care about their work and shows that they really like or really just do this for more than, you know, making beats and, you know, working with other artists. Like, this is the shit I'm talking about, because Thomas really cares about their instrumentals. Because if they didn't, they probably wouldn't even release them, but they do, and they do put a lot of effort into it. So I respect the fuck out of it, and I know a lot of people do as well, for sure. So huge shout out to Thomas Marcus. Thank you for submission, homie. Much motherfucking love. Make sure you follow Thomas Marcus on SoundCloud. He has 5 away from the 160. And of course, make sure you follow Thomas Marcus 075 on Twitter. He's approaching 4 motherfucking followers. Go show him some love, man. And of course, make sure you follow Music Mondays on all platforms. Make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel. Every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload, which drops every Saturday. Make sure you show these artists some love, man, for real. And of course, we're 5 subs away from, actually, maybe even a couple less than that, but we're approaching 60 subs on the main Music Mondays YouTube channel, so go show that some love, go show these artists some love, and if you've already subbed, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Struggle 08 with the Twitch Prime, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get it, baby. Much motherfucking love. You take requests by chance. So, submissions open every Tuesday for the show. Typically, we curate submissions via Twitter, so make sure you're following us on Twitter if you're interested in getting your music shown here on the show. And And that's basically all we ask. Every Tuesday, submissions go live. Submissions close every Monday before the show goes live. So if you're ever interested in that, make sure you follow us on Twitter and look for these tweets. Let's get it, baby. So, up next, we got the homie Absono. And once again, another producer, much like Thomas, much like multiple producers in the Music Mondays community. It's just one of those producers that really has such a real respect for themselves and really loves putting out music of their own, whether it's instrumentals, producer collabs, placements, things like that. Absono's another producer that really cares about their platform and really wants to, you know, consider themselves as an artist. And Absono, I just have a ton of respect for, 100%. And musically, Absono is extremely, extremely talented when it comes to having a unique style in such, like, you know, popular genres. Because Absono really does a lot of, you know, I wouldn't say like a mainstream genres, but like they're popular genres, right? But like they have this real unique taste and spin on them that's like really, really fucking dope. Really dope. Man, we've heard trap, dark trap, lo-fi, samples, you name it. Absono has done it. So we have an unreleased Music Mondays exclusive premiere, Absono, Trapstar, turned Rockstar. Holy shit. A little bit of slides in there? Damn! This is fucking heat. Jesus. Woo! Ah! My God. Dude. Jesus. The fade out, man. Let's go. Okay, man. Okay. Okay, Absono. Okay. That's how you coming in the summer? Alright. Alright. You know, it's no surprise, man. Absono's a really, really hard worker when it comes to their craft, man. This is fucking fire. But, you know, a prime example of what I was talking about. Like, sort of like a very basic, you know, could be basic trap style, but it's turned so original and so unique due to Absono's sound selection, sound taste. I like this a lot. So, you guys know the drill, no vocals. So we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about the instrumental, and we're going to talk about the overall theme of Trapstar turned Rockstar. Right off rip, this mix is fucking excellent. You can usually expect that from Absolno. 9 times out of 10, the mix is going to be really, really solid. But in this track in particular, it obviously matters a lot due to the 808, right? Like, this fucking 808 is insane. It's such a great choice for this track, but it's mixed so well. It's got enough mud in it, and it's nice and crispy and hard-hitting enough that it doesn't, like, overtake the track, but you still feel this 808. So, mix is fucking solid. Shining Star for me is absolutely the sound choice. Between the melodies and the drums, Absolno really, spiced it up when it comes to, making trap, dark trap, like, really unique again. You know what I mean? I really feel like Absolno has this, like, real great underground take on these, like, very popular regulated styles, right? I really feel like Absolno really puts the grime in some of these styles again, and I fucking love that. So that's for sure a Shining Star for me. Sound selection, melodies are fucking great on this. Very dark, very kind of like, almost spooky, but not Halloween-like. I say that a lot, but it's true. Like, it definitely gives me that almost horror feel, but not quite there yet. So yeah, melodies are great. Sound selection's fucking awesome. Structure's really, really well done for almost a 3-minute track. Nothing gets too repetitive. All the sounds come in at proper times. Things calm down for a second. And the fade out's great. So structure is very chef's kiss. Just another Absolno track that really proves that Absolno has this, like, real, unique, genuine, raw style on these more popular styles. You know what I mean? If you're looking for a more unique trap producer to listen to, whether it be instrumentals, whether you want to work with them, Absolno is definitely one of those producers, for sure. So let's talk about the theme here, man. Of course, aesthetically unreleased track, so Absolno throws up the black square, of course, because, like I always talk about, Absolno's profile is extremely well done, extremely consistent. A lot of the covers are black and white, black and purple, has this really consistent dark theme when it comes to their instrumentals and collabs and things like that. So aesthetically, the theme's great, even on unreleased tracks. Now, Trapstar turned Rockstar, definitely, a really great instrumental name for sure, just because, it really does bring that feel of, like, somebody changing styles or like changing, like, the way that they feel or look or things like that. It's just like, yeah, like, I'm moving on in life type shit. And this is, like, almost a blend of both, right? Because you have, like, the griminess of like some, like, real interesting, like, trap melodies, but, like, you have this, like, dirty 808 that is just, like, so fucking perfect for a track like this. It just brings it together. It really just brings it all together. And I'm a huge fan of this, man. Absolno's quite the motherfucking producer. Quite the producer, man. So, with that said, make sure you go show Absolno some love. Absolno is 5 away from 30 followers on SoundCloud. Lots of good tracks on there. Go check them out. And of course, make sure you follow Proud Absolno on Twitter. Absolno is 6 away from 300. 6 away from 300. 6 away. Go show him some love, man. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And if you haven't subscribed to the Music Mondays YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. We upload basically 2 times a week. Exclusive Music Monday segments, hosted tracks, full podcast episodes, all the good stuff's over there, man. Go show us some love. Go show some of these artists some love. And if you've already subscribed, big shout out to you. Thank you for your support. So, of course, up next, we got the homie Offspring Mysterious. But we have another piece of media that we'll go back to and check out. Because, of course, we go through audio first, and then we'll go to visuals, music videos, other pieces of art, things like that. So, we got Dread Cole, Bloodcat, Kale, some other artists down below. So up next, we got the homie no name Dread. And before we get into this one, I'm going to take a leak and then get up, stretch my legs. I'll be back in probably like 3 minutes or so. Make sure you guys get up, go stretch your legs, go get some water, go fucking walk around for a second. Yeah. Hey yo, it's King Mark. What's good, baby? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. I hope you're well. Okay, chat. Yeah, I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Make sure you guys go get up, have a smoke, get a drink, things like that. You guys know the drill. Huge shout out to anybody who came through, show love tonight. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Make sure you enjoy this lo-fi. And thank you for tuning in to the Music Mondays podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and in color. Hope you're well. Thank you for sticking around. If you came through, showed love tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get right back into this, man. Up next, like I said, we got the homie no name Dread. Dread is quite the artist, man. Quite the motherfucking artist. Works extremely hard. And Dread's work ethic when it comes to releases is just insane. Really an artist that lets their work speak for them. Recently I sat down with Dread for an interview on allmusicmondays.com. Really a tell-all interview, really a dope read. And Dread's an artist that I am really excited to see their future, to be honest with you. So they submitted a track titled Triple, and it's Prod No Name Dread. So this will be good. You know, we've had our fair share of No Name Dread tracks that are Prod Dread as well. So definitely interested. 3 years old, so definitely a little insight here on some No Name Dread history, eh? Let's check this out. Triple, Prod No Name Dread. Let's get into it.
My business though, here we go, smoking on pine like ain't listen though, keep me low, reap below, creep for show, never glow, painted all black, rolling stone, faith ain't what bringing me back, I'ma just stick to the facts, yo capping, just acting, you preach for the bag, drowning your puke, using dope for the mask, try to hit me with that, I just juke and I pass, follow her like it's a cab, I can't think for myself, and I'm thinking if I can tell you sin, follow her like it's a cab, I can't think for myself, and I'm thinking if I can tell you sin, crazy triple digits, oxymoron, I won't bow down, faith is demon, tripping, keep my distance, I won't make a sound, hailing back through a crack, you can take my soul, saw this burning black, not coming back, dig a deeper hole.
Oh, that fade out's crazy. Wow, that is fucking bonkers. Holy shit. Man, these older tracks, right? Because 3 years is not, like, that long ago. But, like, these older tracks are, like, such a great insight, man. Like, Dread has, like, so many styles that they pull from. I think it's fucking amazing. That really influenced, like, his newer tracks, you know. So it's so cool to see like, you know, where some of these artists started out at, and this is definitely a Dread classic for sure, if I do say so myself. So you guys know the drill. We're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're talking about vocals. Talk about the overall theme of Triple. So, man, Fraud No Name Dread, and this is one of the most unique, like, it's so raw. Like, this structure really adds to the rawness, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, this structure is so insane. Like, I could kind of tell from the waveform, of course, right? Because it's a very interesting waveform. So I knew we were in for some shit, but right off rip, this mix is fucking great. For how hard these 808s hit, this mix is fucking awesome. However this was mixed and engineered, it is just, they did a great job. They did a great fucking job. Because it knocks so well. And even for something, you know, that's more older in the library of Dread, the mix is so fucking solid. So fucking solid as far as the instrumental goes, man. So, I'd have to say one of the shining stars when it comes to the instrumental itself is definitely the structure. It reminds me of that old underground grimy structure where like you had these really short, like really raw fucking songs. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, like that was fucking heat. I gotta listen to this 100,000 more fucking times. And this is a great example of that in Dread's catalog for sure. And it really all starts with the instrumental. So this is a great instrumental when it comes to like being very unique, yet like right on par with the kind of vision I think Dread was having when it comes to this track. So that leads us into talking about vocals. Now, vocals are fucking crazy on this. Really fucking crazy. I'd say absolutely the shining star here has got to be the performance, the recording, pretty much everything that Dread did with their vocals here on this track is insane. Like the ad libs, the background vocals, everything is just so very like, it's so fucking raw. It is so raw, and like it's tagged metal. So like, you know, say you're a new listener and you see the metal tag, you're like, oh shit, what the fuck are we about to be in for? But this is like not what I expected almost. This is very like hard hitting, and really like one of those kind of, damn, what else does this guy have in his catalog kind of songs. It really is, like, because if you stumbled upon this and because it's so short and because it's so well done, I feel like you'd have to see what else this artist has in their catalog for sure. So without a doubt, vocals are fucking amazing here. Even the lyrics are like, they're not like simple, but they're very like, you know, straight to the point lyrics, like very straight to the point lyrics, but they're performed so well that it's like, damn, this guy is fucking nuts. So like a first time listener would have a fucking field day with this. Would have a field day with this. I feel like this is a very like gem in the Dread catalog. So let's talk about the theme here. You know, the title is Triple, but aesthetically, man, this, I want to say it's from Full Metal Alchemist, but I'm not sure. All my manga and anime people definitely know what I'm talking about. But regardless, it definitely has that like energy of almost, you know, what Dread's saying on this track. It's very like straight to the point, very like, it's not like super dark, but it's very all together. And you know, the 666 line and the hook, and it's very like all together, like really nicely. Like it's very all well constructed as a theme. And that's something you don't really like, I wouldn't say like don't really see, but like when it does come together like this, and like you have a real unique dark instrumental like this that's hard hitting, and you have some vocals and a little bit of lyrics that are like, you know, straight to the point, slightly dark, kind of like, oh shit, and then you back it up aesthetically with a very simple cover like this, along with sort of the length of it almost makes it eerie too, right? Because it just cuts off and it's very like I said, straight to the fucking point. And this is a great showcase of, you know, another style of Dread vocals, to be honest with you. So I'm a fan of this track, and I would love to see Dread do a little bit more of this style. This is great. This is really, really great. Absolute gem in Dread's catalog for sure. So, with that said, huge shout out to No Name Dread. Thank you for the submission, homie. Much, much motherfucking love. Dread is 5 away from 215 followers on SoundCloud. Go show him some love. Lots of motherfucking classics on there, for sure. Make sure you follow No Name Dread 1 on Twitter. Dread is 11 away from 100 followers. Go show him some love, man. And, of course, per usual, every artist featured in today's episode, and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And if you haven't subscribed to the Music Mondays YouTube channel, we're on our road to 60 subscribers. Make sure you go show us and these artists some love. We upload 2 times a week, exclusive Music Monday segments, full podcast episodes, a whole lot of good stuff on there. Make sure you go show us some love. And if you're already subscribed, thank you, my friends. Kojak, thank you for the follow, homie. Welcome to Streaming Family. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're well. Thank you. So, Cole Girard. We know what's going down with Cole, man. You know, since Cole's first submission, I noticed, you know, such a, you know, great style when it comes to their vocals. But on top of it, Cole has done some mixing and engineering work for not only artists that I'm very close to, but a lot of artists in general that I've seen Cole work with and mix and just, it's seriously impressive because the workflow is insane, but like Cole has such a great style when it comes to engineering and their vocals. I'm definitely a big Cole Girard fan, that's for sure. So they submitted a track titled Better Sense, and the caption is same gig as the last submission. So I assume this track, oh, we got another Till the Grave track. Okay, yeah. So last week, if you didn't see Music Mondays episode 79, obviously live on all platforms, but Cole submitted a TDG track that they mixed, and it was sort of my first exposure of TDG, and really another like great example of what artists can submit here on the podcast, because Cole has submitted their vocals multiple times, but recently Cole has been showing off a lot of their engineering and a lot of their vocal mixing, and this is another track that Cole was involved in, and we're gonna check this out. So Till the Grave, Better Sense. Great tags, lots of bar. Yeah, nah, cool. Let's get into it. TDG, Better Sense.
Yeah, I got better sense and I've been better since. Amen. Yeah, I got better sense and I've been better since. Went to a place I've never been. Better come back, so I left. Got a better grip on the edge. Still dangling, still hanging in. There, take me where? Give me air. Even I don't care. Acting ignorant, not enjoying simple bliss. Kill myself, cigarettes. Hey, at least I'm lit. So I don't gotta think. I'm numb, I'm dumb. This ain't no damn fun. Living life like it's endless. Miss too much, bad as bandits. Yeah, give me a break, exempted. Folks, I forget it. Still there, I'm aware, just don't really care. I mean, I do, just don't act like I care. Like what I like, alright. Don't gotta listen, this is my life, alright. Tired, I'm up always all night. Contemplating, can't decide, I'm debating. This is death, where's patience? Yeah. Say I'm up to no good, and they damn right. Used to the dark, I can't stand light. Say I'm up to no good, and they damn right. Used to the dark, I can't stand light. Everyone's in a life ain't a giver, so I'm a taker. Yeah, I learned some things, I forgot some things. I hear the angels sing, hear how bells ring. Hard to tell what's true. Mac, is that you? Underspell the voodoo. Watch out, I'm rising up in the sky. Ain't even high enough. Can't you decide tough? What's hiding up there? Is it better somewhere? Is there such a thing that's fair? Alright, yeah, trying to live great all night, dreams of magic plays. Call right, always know the stakes. Yeah. Overthink, trying to close some things, ain't over things. And the chapter fly away with some wings. This page old to me, thick skin and cold to me. Third person, I'm over me. I got better sense, and I've been better since. Amen. Yeah. Got better sense, and I've been better since. Went to a place I've never been. Better come back, so I left. Got a better grip on the edge, still dangling, still hanging in. There, take me where, give me air. Even I don't care. Acting ignorant, not enjoying simple bliss. Kill myself, cigarettes, hey, at least I'm live. So I don't gotta think, I'm numb, I'm dumb. This ain't no damn fun. Living life like it endless. Miss too much bad attendance. Yeah, give me a break, exempt it. Smoke, so I forget it. Still there, I'm aware, just don't really care. I mean, I do, just don't act like I care.
Damn. Okay. So, one thing I was thinking of while listening to this, right, was, you know, how, some people outside of the music space, and like, some people inside music, right, still don't understand, like, what it takes to craft a track, to be this crispy when it comes to mixing. Because there's a lot going on here, right? When it comes to ad-libs, the instrumental vocals. This is like a track that really, I don't want to say was like, rough at the start, but I feel like the mix is so good on this that it's like, okay, like, Cole did some fucking work on this. This is like one of those kind of mixes that you look down at your DAW and be like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Because there's probably a lot going on in a mix like this, especially in the beat alone. So this is interesting. Let's get into this. We're going to talk about three things here. We're going to talk about the instrumental, we'll talk about vocals, talk about the overall theme of Better Sense. So, instrumentally, I feel like TDG has this, like, style where they really kind of blend classic instrumentals with like almost modern writing and vocals, and I fuck with that a lot, because there aren't too many artists out here that do it well, and this is really well done. But it all starts with the instrumental, so I like the instrumental choice for sure. Like I said, TDG definitely gravitates more towards the classical sounding hip hop instrumentals. But whoever did work on this did an excellent fucking job. Sound selection was great. Mix on the instrumental itself was great. It definitely has that like classical feel to it a little bit, but when vocals kick in, I feel like TDG really fucking went above and beyond as far as writing goes. Like, there's a lot of substance in this song. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna get it on the first listen, for sure. Believe it's another TDG beat. Let's fucking go, yeah. So last week, if you didn't catch the show, TDG also produces their own tracks. And last week, we reviewed another TDG produced track. So this is another one in the collection, and to be an artist that also produces their own music is like such an underrated skill. I wouldn't say it's like a crutch or like needed, but I would say it's definitely an underrated skill for sure. And then you add Cole on top of it, you really get this nice blend of like modern vocals, modern writing, modern styles, and a little bit of classic instrumentals here when it comes to hip hop. So, like I said, instrumentals great. It's an awesome foundation, and we're kind of warming up to the TDG style for sure. So vocals themselves, obviously mixed by Cole, engineering done by Cole. This is really, like I said, a track where, you know, it came to life, not like from the mix, like, because of course, like having the mix be everything in a song, it's just, you know, it's just unrealistic, you know what I mean? Because people have to record, they have to, you know, have a good style on their instrumental, things like that. There are tons of other factors. But when it comes to having a good mix, this is definitely one of those songs that thrived from having a solid, crisp mix, you know? So vocals are great. Mix is fucking really crisp. Really huge shout out to Cole, because this is definitely one of those tracks that was probably an interesting job, you know, when it comes to mixing and really sitting down and getting a nice, crisp, tight sound. Shining Star absolutely hears the writing. The hook in particular is great. I feel like it's a lot of good wordplay, a lot of like classic hip hop feel, like I said, with like some modern vocal styles and mixing. You know, you don't see too many artists, especially here on Music Mondays, that have a style like this that do it as well as this. Because there's some people that do these fucking styles, right? And they're just hot ass. You know what I mean? And like it's not anything on them. It doesn't mean that they're like ass or anything like that. But like it's a very particular style, you know what I mean? Especially like, you know, in comparison, that like West Coast sound, that very California like gangster rap sound. Like I've seen a lot of people try to do that, and it's a very big hit or miss, you know what I mean? And that doesn't mean the artist can't switch styles, but I think TDG really does a good job when it comes to bringing that classic hip hop feel with some good modernization, if you will. So let's talk about the theme here. I'm a huge fan of all of TDG's covers so far. I feel like it's a good blend of like editing and, you know, real life photography. I'm not sure if Cole did this cover as well, but TDG does an excellent job in really designing and have a vision for their covers. Simple, nothing too crazy, but it does the job, and I feel like it's memorable. You know what I mean? And that's really all that matters, regardless of the quality of cover. You know what I mean? Like it's very as long as it makes an impact on a first time listener, that's like technically all that really matters. And if you like it, of course, with that said, you know what I mean? You actually have to fuck with the cover first. But after that fact, you know, as long as it's memorable, you're fucking good to go. So aesthetically it looks great. Nope, but I dig it. Okay, awesome. Yeah, whoever went crazy on that cover, they did a great job, for sure. So far, I've definitely liked all of TDG's art. Now, a Better Sense, you know, the theme itself, there's so many good wordplays here. There's so many, like, you know, one of the first things I said is this is not going to be a track that you like fully understand when you first listen to it, right? This is one of those tracks where if you like fuck with it, but like you need to go in for a second listen to like catch a few bars, catch a few lyrics, because it's that well written and that well performed. But like it's more so like one of those writing styles that you could just tell TDG spent a decent amount of time on. It wasn't just like one of those one night freestyle writing tracks at all. And that's one redeeming quality about TDG. Like there's a lot of substance here, especially in this track Better Sense, without a doubt. But the theme here, you know, even resides in the hook. And, you know, whether it's about being better and catching a few bars that you yourself as a listener relates to, or you're just kind of really grooving with, you know, TDG's cadence and flows on this hook. It's really up to you as a listener, but either way, definitely go check out TDG, Better Sense. Make sure you show some love to TDG. He's one away from 115. And of course, make sure you go follow Cole Girard on Twitter. Excellent engineer, excellent vocalist, excellent artist. Cole is 3 away from 25 followers, man. Go show him some love. Lots of content. Lots of content on there. And of course, per usual, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And subscribe to the Music Mondays channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 60 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week. Music Mondays exclusive segments, full podcast episodes. A whole lot of great content is over there on our channel. Make sure you go check that out. Go show some of these artists some love. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Much motherfucking love. Bro, just got the craziest track back. Holy shit. Said I couldn't submit. Literally just got the email. Fuck. It's okay, because you already know we're here every week, baby. No worries, son. No worries. So, up next we got the homie Bloodcat, man. You know, there is so much to say about Bloodcat, but you know, one thing you definitely should do is go check out our interview on allmusicmondays.com. It's a really great read. You can learn a lot about an extremely talented artist and vocalist. A Bloodcat is just a really great member of the underground community, the Music Mondays community. And it's just such a hardworking artist, man. Like, there's so much content, like, between a Bloodcat's library, things that a Bloodcat has done. Definitely such a pleasure to have here on Music Mondays, and definitely an artist you need to keep your eyes on, for sure. So this week, Bloodcat sent in a track titled Whoa Remix, featuring Cole Girard, Prod Matt Rocks, 3 days ago, off Bloodcat's new fucking album. Look at Bloodcat, fucking swole as shit, baby. Let's fucking go. God damn. Let's get into this, man. A Whoa Remix, Cole Girard, Prod Matt Rocks. Eyes emoji, eyes emoji.
What? Gotta be big, yeah. I don't want you back, but I don't wanna be alone. Turn me on, take it off, put me on. Feeling myself out, whoa, watch me hit my wall. She wanna take it slow, but I can't run her water. She back it up, make my dick invisible. Stack it up, money make me invincible. I can't even focus on a pussy, I just feel the that money talking about. Make that bitch my runner. Drag me. She wanna know this with my dick. Drag me. She wanna tell me you miss it. That was last week. And I will never forgive her, but don't let me wanna. Turn me on, take it off, put me on. Turn me on, take it off, put me on. Turn me on, take it off, put me on. Turn me on, turn me on. I don't want you back, but I don't wanna be alone. Turn me on, take it off, put me on. Feeling myself out, whoa, watch me hit my wall. She wanna take it slow, but I can't find no other hole. She back it up, make my dick invisible. Stack it up, money made me invisible. She wanna take it slow, but I can't find no other hole. Turn me on, yeah, watch me hit my wall. I'm surprised, yeah, you three hoes. They run try walking a nigga, but I can swing, you already know. Hoes hate none hoes, to be a hoes, they act a hoe, doing hoe shit, doing splits for dough. Get mad, cause I'm not mad, it makes me laugh. It's not my fault, but it's my bad. Quick to roll low, cause I like to blast. Make my woe, bitch, I'm too quick. Hit me on friend, now she suck my dick. Feeling my love, turn me up, take it off, put me on. I can't run out of home.
What a bop. What a fucking bop. That was great. You know, there's 3 talented ass motherfuckers on here, man. Of course, all 3 we featured here on the Music Mondays podcast. But this is a great mix of fucking talent, man. This is what I love to fucking see. Cole and Bloodcat on a Matt Rocks produced track. Holy shit. So let's get into this. We're going to talk about 3 things here. We're going to talk about vocals. We're going to talk about the instrumental. And we're going to talk about the overall theme of Whoa. So, Right off rip, Matt is such a talented producer. We already knew that, but when it comes to this instrumental, the mix is so fucking solid. But I think the shining star here for sure. Other than the mix, the sound selection's great. You know what I mean? The melodies, the drums, everything is very like it brings that almost like positive energy a bit. It's very like dance like. It makes you want to move, and yet it's still like very bass oriented, and I like that about Matt's production. You know, Matt's a producer that can do a lot of different styles, but when it comes to this track in particular, I feel like Matt did a really good job. Just having an instrumental that Bloodcat was really able to work with and flex on, because this is almost like teetering on a few genres, but I feel like Bloodcat really took this and fucking ran with it for sure. So great instrumental by Matt. I love the structure as well. It's just a very like it's like such a perfect beat for Bloodcat, without a doubt. And that's why they work so well together. You know what I mean? Like organically, I feel like these two have such like a really nice blend of styles. You know, I would even say King Mark is in this group as well. Where they all work so well together, and this is definitely a good example of that. And it all starts with the instrumental. So huge shout out to Matt. Now vocals. You get the standard Bloodcat mix, you know what I mean? Like it's very rare you're gonna get like a shitty mix from Bloodcat. I don't think we've ever even seen one or heard one, I mean. So you get a really good crisp mix, and really like that, like uh standard like a Bloodcat voice like everybody knows. And if you haven't as a first time listener, you can be like, holy shit, that's fucking heat. You know what I mean? So Bloodcat did an excellent job having the lead in this track, and I feel like one of the big shining stars as far as Bloodcat goes, easily the hook, 1000%. It just gives the vibe of like dancing and like almost like club vibes a little bit. It's very dope. Especially because Bloodcat has generally always been a good writer. You know what I mean? Whether it's more emotional tracks, more turn up tracks, more like summer oriented tracks, is definitely one of those summer oriented tracks where it just makes you want to turn up and have a good time. And I think Bloodcat did an excellent job. Let's talk about Cole here. Cole's a great addition. You know, I feel like Cole's style really complements a Bloodcat. And as I said in Cole's submission, Cole's an artist that really like, you know, benefits from like any track they're on, because Cole is such a versatile vocalist. Like not only are they extremely talented at mixing, but Cole has this like this versatility about them when it comes to vocals, whether it's heavier vocals, electronic vocals. Like we've seen so many different styles from Cole, and one of the redeeming qualities was the fact that Cole complimented Bloodcat and Bloodcat complimented Cole. You know what I mean? I feel like they had their own spaces on this track and really showed off like what they can do, like not only together but as separate artists. I really feel like they had their own space on this track, and they both fucking killed it. But simultaneously complementing each other on a Matt Rocks beat. So a Bloodcat and Cole absolutely fucking snapped. I love the vocals on this. It keeps in line with the whole you know, almost summer feel. Definitely puts you in a good mood. And it's sort of like a light theme a bit that a lot of people can get behind, relate to. And just reminds you of summer, to be honest with you, and even summer at night or like the club and shit like that. This is definitely one of those like specific moment kind of tracks, and it's great. So let's talk about the theme here. Aesthetically, this is a fucking insane cover. I feel like a Bloodcat really fucking snapped on this. Of course, assuming you made it, whoever did, if it was a Bloodcat, absolutely fucking snapped on this. It's one of those covers that not every artist could go and do, right? You can just wake up out of bed and fucking do this. Like, this is a vision. This is a very, like, I came up with an idea, snap my finger, I'm gonna go work on this. You know what I mean? You're like, oh shit, you know, you have a fucking epiphany. And it just reminds me of like either Bloodcat like going to war, or like Bloodcat like almost being like searched for. You know what I mean? It's very like a movie, like very cinematic. Really one of my favorite covers from Bloodcat for sure. Now, of course, that's from their new album, so make sure you go check that out as well. So, lyrically, Woe is definitely more of a lighthearted theme. You know what I mean? It's definitely one of those songs you can pick a couple bars out of and be like, oh damn, I relate to that. It's fucking heat. Or all in all, you just enjoy the flows and cadences and how bouncy it is and how you know, it's got this like more upbeat kind of feel to it. It's great. So I feel like everyone had a real contributing factor to it, especially Matt with the foundation of this very like upbeat kind of almost bubbly instrumental a bit. And then Bloodcat and Cole came in together and really showed what they can do as individuals, but also complementing each other. I really feel like this is a real gem on this project by Bloodcat, for sure. So, with that said, huge motherfucking shout out to Bloodcat. Thank you for submission, homie. Much motherfucking love. He is 3 away from 1.205 motherfucking followers. Go show him some love, man. 3 away. And of course, make sure you follow Lil Skucky Raps, a Bloodcat's alternative Twitter account on Twitter. He is 7 away from 50 followers. Go show him some love. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 60 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week, exclusive segments, full podcast episodes, a whole lot of good stuff is over there. Make sure you go show us some love, man. Make sure you go show some of these artists some love. And if you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys. You're the best. Thank you. You're very welcome, Cole. Thank you for your submission, homie. Let's fucking go. What's good, chat? How we doing? How we doing? So, I think we're on to our media because these last 2 artists unfortunately do not follow the Music Mondays podcast. And of course, you know, if you don't follow the podcast, you'd never see your submission anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you'd never see it. Like, you would never know about our YouTube. You'd never know about your submission. You know what I mean? So make sure you're following Music Mondays on Twitter to not only help grow the platform, but to be notified when we're live. And, you know, we really don't ask for much here at the Music Mondays platform. So that's all we do ask, is that you follow the platform, show us some love, and give respect to some of these artists that do wait all week and do support Music Mondays. So that's all we ask. Let's get into it, man. That was all of our audio submissions. I believe we have Offspring Mysterious up next. And we have another media submission by Kale as well. So this will be good. So hi, send help. Somebody help Mark, man. Mark's down bad. Mark's fucking down bad. So, up next, like I said, is Offspring Mysterious, man. Offspring is one hell of a fucking creative. One of my personal favorite creatives that we've ever discovered here on Music Mondays. One of the first things we reviewed from Offspring was their website, their writing, just a whole slew of content that Offspring really offers as a creative, man. Offspring works extremely fucking hard on all their edits, all their production, everything, man. So, with that said, Offspring submitted Echoing Connection, and the caption is, all I got to say is, 432 pictures was taken for this video. If you excuse me, I'm taking a nap. What the fuck? So this will be interesting, man. This will be fucking interesting. This might be one of the most, like, in-depth Offspring edits we've ever gotten. This will be good. This will be really good. Excellent fucking description. Of course, story and lore always in the description. Songs used always in the description as well. Along with Offspring's regular links. So this is excellent, man. I'm excited to get into this. Let's get it. So, Offspring Mysterious, Echoing Connection, their new upload. Ah, shit. This is actually the fucking craziest Offspring video yet. Oh shit. My man's went to all the locations, bro. Look at the new scenery. Told you, man, I wasn't fucking around. No cap. Oh shit. Yo, Offspring's going fucking crazy. What the fuck? The fits are crazy. That was gold. What the fuck? Wow. That was fucking crazy. That was absolutely fucking crazy, man. Another fucking Offspring banger. That easily was one of the best as of recently, man. Like that absolutely is top tier Offspring content. I cannot wait to see where Offspring goes, man. That was fucking great. You can see the vision start coming together. You can see the ideas start coming together. There's so many really, really dope things about the concepts that Offspring brings to life, man. This is by far the most well-edited, well thought out, and well-performed visual and YouTube edit we've ever seen from Offspring, bar none. I'm really, really fucking proud of Offspring. That's really awesome, man. I'm so excited to where like Offspring's going is gonna be. There's so many really, really awesome things about this, man. That was just amazing, bar none. Not only because Offspring is the only artist to, you know, create as much content as they do in regards to visuals and things like that, but this is like such a level up and a step up, and like really shows the potential and like what Offspring can do as far as the vision goes, everything goes, truly. So this was a pleasure. This was a real pleasure. I think it came out fucking excellent. Offspring worked extremely hard on this. So make sure you go show Offspring some motherfucking love. Make sure you check out this description. Absolutely well written. Of course, all links down below. All songs linked down below. Go show Offspring some love, man. Offspring is 5 subscribers away from 90 subs. Lots of good music on there, lots of good visuals on there. Offspring's going fucking crazy with the content, man. Absolutely fucking crazy. And of course, make sure you follow Offspring Mysterious on Twitter at BeatsMode. Offspring is approaching 847. So Offspring is about 3 away from 850. Go show them some love, man. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And if you're not already subscribed to the Music Mondays YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. Go show us some love. Go show some of these artists some love. We upload 2 times a week. Exclusive segments, full podcast episodes, all the good stuff's over there. And if you've already subscribed, thank you. We appreciate it. And of course, huge shout out to Offspring Mysterious. Thank you for the submission again. Thank you, my friend. That was quite the fucking submission, dude. Like, Offspring has come so far. So fucking far. That is such a pleasure, man. That is such a fucking pleasure. I cannot wait to see where that goes. That is fucking Jesus. So, for our next submission, it's by the homie Kale. And Kale submitted a visual, and it's been a while since we've had a Kale visual. And this visual consists of June, Kuma, and Deadmane. And we've heard a couple of Kale produced tracks from these artists. So I'm definitely interested in this. And as you guys all know, Kale is a producer that, you know, falls right in line with Thomas, Absono, so many other producers that really treat themselves like artists. Kale's extremely fucking talented and a really positive energy to have around the community and the Music Mondays community. So this will be interesting. So this track is by June. It's featuring Kuma, and it's prod Kale and Deadmane. So that's a good breakdown down in the description. I like that. Cold Gerard, I enjoyed the fuck out of that. I enjoyed the fuck out of that too. Huge shout out to Offspring, man. Some of the most unique content here on Music Mondays, without a doubt. So, let's get into Kale's submission. Come in. The Water's Cold official music video.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
It's like a force, you know, in your brain, and it just sends you someplace.
Would you go someplace familiar?
No, but Actually, each time I keep waking up further from my house.
It's scary.
Yeah, 3 a.m. I wake up and the walls are knocking. Baby need no makeup, she just fucking flawless. People gave me nothing when the scar is throbbing. Junior never capped and think he just too honest. Let me get some time, I'm running through the options. Toxins in the faucet and my neck is shining. Never sell my voice, I think the world is robbing. I'ma click the safety lock up in my pocket. Yeah, oh I stain the walk. Yeah, eyes like waterfalls. Yeah, oh I stain the walk. Yeah, eyes like waterfalls. Know you love my heart, you do it with no fear. Slit the throat, my monsters run and disappear. Everything you sacrifice has made it clear to me. Barrels, pills, and liquor drowning helps me breathe.
Wow. Come in, the water's cold. That is fucking tough, bro. That is tough. Holy shit. What the fuck? Cats fire, video fire, music fire, easy banger. It's a fucking 10 out of 10 from Mark already. Let's fucking go, man. So this is from 2019. Definitely not old. A little bit of a classic track in the library of produced Kale tracks, man. Holy shit. So let's hop right into this because I have a lot to say. So we're gonna talk about 4 things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, talk about vocals, talk about the overall theme of Come In, the Water's Cold, and we're gonna talk about the visual itself. So right off rip, Kale and Dead absolutely went fucking crazy on this. This is one of those really simple acoustic beats that I particularly enjoy a lot. Especially when it comes to making more emotional music. I feel like Kale and Dead really hit the nail on the head when it comes to, like, you know, conveying emotion for somebody like June and Kuma. Like, they really went fucking crazy on this track, and it was all due to Kale and Dead, man. Like truly. So it's like, holy shit, like, this instrumental was such a great foundation for a visual like this, without a doubt. Now, as I said, I'm a huge fan of these types of instrumentals. I feel like this is one of those ones where a collab was, like, perfect. Because the mix is fucking on point, the melody's great, but the drum selection is really where it's at. And it really brings that kind of, like, emotion and, like, original kind of underground feel. You know what I mean? Like, you're really witnessing something that's super fucking original. And really, like, yo, we thought of this and we're doing this together type shit. And that's what's really special about this. And it starts with the instrumental. So the instrumental's great. I feel like it was a perfect laying ground for what Kuma and June were about to do, without a doubt. Now, let's talk about vocals here. Now, we've reviewed a couple songs by Junior, all produced by Kale. And we've heard some really personal, emotional fucking bangers. So when this is a visual by June, I didn't know what to expect. This is about to be some crazy shit. And just for the audio and vocals itself, I feel like June really, like, laid out some, like, personal thoughts out to the world. You know what I mean? And those are thoughts that some people might relate to, some people might not relate to. But a shining star for me here is absolutely the writing as far as June goes. The performance was great, and the recording was fucking really great. Like, really, really great. Like, June's never been an artist that really had any type of difficulty or anything like that really conveying emotions properly and really being, like, genuine about how they feel and what they want to put out into the world. So this is a really, really great example of that. You know, June is a special artist, man, and it takes a special kind of artist to really, like, properly convey their emotions in a way where, you know, not only, like, you're getting your thoughts out, but listeners are really, you know, grabbing something from it, whether they understand what you're talking about or they just really like what you have to say. And that's something really special. So shining star for me, for Junior, was absolutely the writing. The writing was fucking really poetic here. Kuma definitely complimented June really well. I feel like that happened a couple times tonight where features really complimented each other, but they were able to really do their own thing. And I feel like Kuma was almost in a different lane lyrically, but not in the terms of substance, but in the terms of, like, you know, how Kuma approached an emotional track like this. So I feel like you get two tastes of artists' emotional feelings here. You know what I mean? And they both have this, like, real dark style to them, and it just complements each other so well. But for both June and Kuma, without a doubt, I feel like this was really well written, and they really got their points across when it comes to conveying how they feel, because there's not a lot of, like, you know, it's a very specific song to relate to, right? And then if you don't relate to it, you just really enjoy it for what it is, because it's really, really well done. And that leads us into our theme. Now, Come In the Water's Cold. You know, obviously we don't have the cover in front of us, but, like, the title says so much to what you're about to watch. And, you know, it's a phrase where you could look real deep into it, and you kind of understand where both June and Kuma are coming from. It's you know, being in a dark place, being cold, being alone, being very, like, isolated almost, right? But I feel like the way that they convey it is so personal to each of them that I feel like they did such a good job. And the fact that Come In the Water's Cold is the name is, like, such a good, like, introduction to what somebody, a first-time listener, might be about to hear. So, really, really dope theme here. Really dope. Now, let's talk about the visual here. This is the really important part of this. Junior did such a good job, man. Like, such a good fucking job. This is the first time we've reacted to a Junior visual, and this is, like, some of the fucking craziest shit. Like, truly some of the craziest shit. Just because it's so well done in terms of the camera work and how June is acting on camera, right? That's one of the number one things I look for when it comes to instrumentals, or not instrumentals, I'm sorry, visuals, right? Because if an artist is kind of, like, nervous or, like, camera shy, it like, you can notice it in the visual. Like it's easily noticeable. But when you're not, you get products like this, where somebody like June is really, like, full on taking this visual in and making it theirs, and really, like, it brings a visual to what they're trying to say on this track. And I say that so much because some artists are so good at, you know, painting a picture with words. This is, like, another, like, really great way to describe how your track feels, looks, and, like, what kind of emotions you should be getting from this. I feel like June did such an excellent job trying to, like, relate their writing to what this visual is. It's dark, it's grimy, it's very passionate. It's like there's not an ounce of, like, uncomfortability. This is, like, the ideal visual to me, because there's not 1 ounce of, like, camera shyness whatsoever when it comes to June, like, at all. Now the set here where this was filmed is fucking amazing. Like, I love the idea of the bathtub. Like, it's very, like, because it's not giving you, like, horror vibes, but it gives you, like, almost it's very dark, very, very dark, right? Like, any visual set in a bathroom 9 times out of 10 is very dark, and everybody knows that. but it's about making it like worth it, right? Like, because June really fucking took that and went absolutely fucking crazy on their verse. But when Kuma comes in, it's like, once again, such a matching style. Like, we get a little bit of a stand-up shot, we get a little bit of like a mix, and once again, you have another artist here who's not camera shy whatsoever, and really took this and ran with it, because it was such a simple concept, right? Fill the bathtub with water, it's cold, it's grimy, it's black and white, but it's about how you make it, right? Because there's like about 4 different shots here, especially with Kuma. There's a couple different ones, and it's like, damn, like, both of these artists, whether it's June or Kuma, really took this and just fucking ate it. Like this is perfect when it comes to a visual for a more emotional, passionate song. And if you have a vision for something, like if I've ever seen a vision executed, this is it for sure. And it really brings that like a raw underground feel that like they're doing something original, and like something that like, you know, you won't be able to see everywhere. You know what I mean? Like this is like very raw and real, and it's a type of creativity that's like, it's what independent music is all about. You know what I mean? It's like bringing your ideas to life, no matter what they are. You know what I mean? And nobody's gonna tell you otherwise. And I think this video really represents that to me. It really does. So huge shout out to Kale. Thank you for the submission, homie. Huge shout out to Junior, Kuma, Kale, Denmain. Make sure you go show all them some love. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We are approaching 60 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a whole bunch of great stuff over there. Go show us some love. Go show some of these artists some love, of course. And if you've already subscribed to the Music Mondays channel, thank you. Much motherfucking love. I appreciate you guys. So chat, that comes our time. This week was fucking amazing. You guys are just stellar, bro. Just fucking stellar. This community is crazy. We're getting new artists all the time. You guys are really just improving at such a crazy rate, and such a awesome rate. It's a real pleasure to see, man. Today was great. And today was actually a mini milestone. Today's episode 80, man. 80 straight episodes of the Music Mondays podcast are about to be available everywhere. We're about to be in season 3 of the Music Mondays podcast, man. Once we hit 100 episodes, every 50 episodes is like a whole season. So season 3 on the way, man. Much love, brother. Love this little community. Let's fucking get it, Mark. You've been working like a fucking dog. Let's go, baby. Super proud of you, bro. Super proud of you guys. All you guys are really, really fucking talented. And we're going to take over the underground, man. Like, we're going to make sure that all of our work, all of this work, never goes anywhere and nobody's going to be able to touch it. We're going to make sure the underground community thrives. We're going to make sure new artists get where they need to be. We're going to protect each other. We're going to make dope fucking music. And we're never going to let this shit die, man. Never going to let this shit die. Keep chasing your dreams, chat. Keep chasing your fucking dreams. So, huge shout out to everybody who came through, showed love tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Huge shout out to, man, so many people. Huge shout out to Mac, Cole, Mr. Struggle, Mark, Kojak Official, everybody else who came through, showed love. Mr. Struggle, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Kojak, thank you for the follow. Anybody else who lurked and chilled, thank you, thank you, thank you. Much more stuff coming this week, chat. You guys are gonna love what's in store for Music Mondays. You guys are gonna love what's coming. We got a whole bunch of stuff, man. Whole bunch of stuff in August. We're taking over. So, SoundCloud Sunday submissions open Wednesday. Submissions open for episode 81. Next week's podcast tomorrow. Make sure you follow us at All Music Mondays. Announcement this week for a new roster member. Brand new monthly content coming out. Massive announcement for Music Mondays this month. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Make sure you follow us at All Music Mondays. Huge shout out to anybody who submitted, showed love, came through tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, man. Let's fucking get it. Tonight was great. The future's bright. Let's go, chat. I'll see you guys next week for episode 81. Be safe. It's your boy Zom Slays, and I'll see you next week.